Okay, just so I'm crystal clear on this. And I probably should have put up the 2 documentaries I made. You know, I do with images and stuff. I did one on the Assyrians, how they basically had an ethnic cleansing. The Assyrian Church of the East, which is Nestorian. But I have one on the Syrian Christians who are targets, and the Coptic Christians who are targets, and the evils that are being done to them, and the fact that nothing is being done by the U.S. except that the U.S. has supported the Arab Spring in Egypt and is anti-Bashar al-Assad and trains. The United States military is the best, most effective military on the face of the earth, and they're training Islamic killers to go to Syria and murder Christians. Civilians, priests, men, women, children. Probably rape the women. For an Orthodox woman, a bullet in her head would be better than rape. Well, you can really see the scar on my face, can't you? The one that runs down that way. A curved scar. Wow. Always good feedback. This thing. Slice. Oh, I can feel it. I just feel it. Ah. It's been there for years. Back onto the topic. I believe that the Coptics and the Syriac Orientals believe the same thing about Christ, about why there was a split in the first place. Currently today, they believe the same thing as what just a decade ago, 2 decades ago, was for almost 2,000 years called Syro-Chalcedonian, now called Antiochian Orthodox. The Eastern Orthodox Church, same thing, confess the same thing about Christ, are saying it in 2 different ways because one is reacting, well, they're both reacting to Nestorianism in different ways. Nestorians, they didn't preserve veneration of icons, so I don't think they're part of. They would need to convert to Orthodoxy. I think the Orientals, Eastern Orthodox, are Orthodox. I don't know how much. Because these groups are so close, and because we have issues like Israel is killing us and Muslims are killing us, they're killing our people, our communities, and I mean, you know, the Orientals are more independent. It's a confederation more than just a common communion, right? Like the Ethiopians and the Armenians. I can't say, I don't know if I believe the same thing they believe, right? But at least at the Sea of Antioch, Alexandria. Now, I sympathize with you. The Greeks have jacked us around so much. Trust us. We do dislike the Greeks as much as you. We're still tethered to them. We feel what you're, you know, what the people who said, no, we're not going with Chalcedon, felt, because they jacked Jerusalem from the Arab people. They just put in their own guy there. The Patriarch of Jerusalem, he's coming from Bonathos, or from, you know, somewhere in Greece or something like that. It's under us. And they beat up the Armenians. They get in fist fights with the Armenians. The Greek, I mean, I live in Chicago. This is the biggest population of Greeks outside of Athens. And other Greeks will say this too. I went to a Greek Orthodox church, a Greek Orthodox, not just Eastern Orthodox, Greek Orthodox, unlike Antiochian Orthodox or Russian Orthodox or whatever. So I correct people and say I'm not Greek Orthodox, I'm Eastern Orthodox. There's 7 ecumenical councils, or whatever they say. And they said, well, you're American. You should go to the church down the street. This is Orthodox Church. I'm thinking OCA or Antiochian or whatever. It was a oneness Pentecostal church. Church denies the Trinity. Tried to go there again. I actually told them my name. Like, well, you are at a you should go to a mosque or this. I said, I'm Eastern Orthodox. Oh no, but there's like Mar Thomas in Naperville. They only care about being Greek here. It's an ethnic club. It's just repulsive. Not all the Greek churches are like that. And I'm saying that I don't know that, but I'm saying that just because I guess I have faith in that area. But we will no reuniting with Nestorians. Theotokos. That's who she is. We don't call her Virgin Mary. Theotokos. She's the one who gave birth to God incarnate. Rome. How is that possible to get back in communion? They have bastardized their they've taken. We haven't changed, right? The Orientals and the Eastern, we haven't changed. We've stayed the same from on. Well, we practice the liturgy of Chrysostom. You practice a liturgy. I think we should get the Aramaic liturgy should be preserved. The Syrio-Aramaic in Syriac. And I guess there's some priests within the Oriental Syrian Church that are trying to do that, and it still exists in some parts. When the Islamic Brotherhood if they get their way, if they conquer that country. See, I'm a nationalist. I'm not for any of this internationalism. Let's take over. We'll have one party control a bunch of countries, right? Now, but even the Baathists, right? At least they were like secularists. They, whatever. They're not the nicest people, but not wholesale slaughter in the streets. Yeah, both sides are to blame. But if I have to pick a side, I'm not going to side against my people who believe the exact same thing that I do. And I'm one of the bad guys too. You could tell by my name. I wasn't born in Orthodox. I was born in something else. Half Irish, but the other half is Syrian. So I'm related to the bad guys. So Nestorians or the Assyrian Church of the East, and they come over here and they say, "Oh, we're Greek Orthodox," and they go to Orthodox churches. Let them raise their kids in that. Good, they're coming back home, right? But it's terrible with the Syrian communities bound. It's just no excuse for that. But I say that kind of jokingly because if they believe what they believe, they should hold on to their tradition, right? I even spoke out about the persecution of the Mandaeans, and they don't like us. They don't like any Christians. But no reuniting with any Protestant groups at all. No Catholic, no ecumenism. I don't think today, I don't think the Oriental, at least in the cases of the Coptic, of the Syrian Miaphysite, and the Syrian Chalcedonian, also known as Antiochian Orthodox, there's no, we believe the same thing, saying it basically is the same. I mean, it was a messed up over words. If it was an actual theological problem, then yes. But from looking at the, I mean, you guys even follow the guidelines of the Seventh Ecumenical Council. Now the Armenians don't, but then again, sometimes Russians and Georgians don't. They break the guidelines for the Seventh Ecumenical Council, which that should be enacted. And the Coptics keep it. How do you keep the Seventh Ecumenical Council when you don't know what it is? That's the Holy Spirit. That means you're the true church. That's an identifier right there. That's it. After my spiritual guy who I confess my sins to, who serves in the OCA, who's ordained a Coptic Oriental Orthodox, right? Didn't have to convert or anything, just came in, served as a priest. That's my dude. That's the guy I confess my sins to, the only guy I will. The Antiochian church I went to got jacked up, and the good Arab churches are far away from me because I'm out. I'd moved away from the city. I'm still in the Chicagoland area, but around Chicago, it's huge, right? And can drive all the way down to Alset. But yeah, so the no ecumenism. I'm not for ecumenism at all, but I think, as it says, it's the definition of apostolic succession that Tertullian gives, and he's correct when he gives it. He may went off into Montanism, but the definition he gives is correct. You know. And there's even cases like Irenaeus defending the Quarter Indecians. I mean, we believe the same thing. And if we're in communion with each other, act like we are. I mean, I take the same Eucharist that the Coptic Father Daniel does. That's it. No more argument. Now, maybe the Armenians and the Ethiopians, whatever. But between us, it's close in proximity, suffering the same horrors. And I say us in all humility, because I am not in Syria right now. I'm not in Egypt. I'm not getting shot at. But I would be killed immediately, because I'm a shirk. I'm an apostate. Hey, talk about being screwed at birth. One parent Catholic, the other parent Sunni. My other brothers is fine until my dad went woo, and wanted, I'm the youngest and 5 years apart from the next sibling, and oh, you gotta go to the masjid and this and that. And so, if someone might have me baptized as an infant, but I got. So I've been screwed since birth, so I love the Orthodox Church. It's awesome. Take it easy. Peace to you. And the videos about the horrors of against the Copts and against the Christians in Syria, and just the horrors in Syria in general, are coming up. And America's lack of doing something in one place and promotion of ethnic cleansing and genocide in another. Peace.